show. I'm doing it.
Go.
Welcome to one and all. We're here again, not writing. I think we have, 12 subscribers.
Hi, all.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks, Carol, and 11
Yeah,
friends.
Yeah, it can't just be Carol.
It doesn't make any difference because if we didn't have any subscribers, we'd still be doing something anyway. Probably this.
Yeah.
So, Claire, what are you not writing this week?
What am I not writing? Well, still pretty much the same things I wasn't writing last week. But I have done I have got, a bit further along, but then I kind of got sideswiped into something else. So I've kind of got two things going on now, which is the new one and the Cam 4. So I'm just along.
Are you writing two at
see
the same
which
time?
one grabs me and go with it. So, but it's, I am doing something.
Yeah.
Nothing for the last 5 days, but I have been doing something.
Before then.
Do. There was other stuff going on, so the book went to the side. But yeah. We're working. We're getting there. We're getting there, people.
Absolutely. And you live in the ghetto now, so it's.
I do live in the ghetto. Yeah.
It's a rainbow ghetto. That's what matters.
Rainbow ghetto. Yeah.
The pretty colours.
It's a nice bright ghetto. I might have some graffiti on it next week. Who knows? I love Carol.
Oh,
I like that.
We all love.
We
Carol.
was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we could do that. Stick up some graffiti. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Kind
lovely.
of.
And
then
Emma,
I've just released one, so I think I'm allowed a couple of days off.
Yeah.
Couple of days. Was it 5?
5.
Couple 5.
Yeah. What are you not writing?
Well, I'm kind of busy marketing, pining, and loving, but I'm also writing and not writing at the moment a contemporary romance, which I'm like 22,000 words in, which I think is pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's a good start. And then I'm working on like a little other projects, which are kind of taking my attention. I got a fantasy book in proofreading, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. What are you doing, Amanda? I didn't know.
Yeah. You won't
Has she
know
got
this,
any
obviously.
further than the 1,000 words she may have lost?
Oh yeah, I finished that. I completely finished it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later when we're talking about what I'm reading.
Oh yeah. So, no, I always do this thing where I think, I've got weeks and weeks to go. I have a schedule of how long I should be writing for, when I'll be editing, and when I'll probably release. So I'm kind of organised. But every single book, the same thing happens. I think, I've got X amount of time left, and then suddenly I go, done. And I never know when it will happen. But it happened, which means I'm now thinking about my next project, and I've got one in proofing and one which Emma's got, and then we'll go to editing. So I am genuinely not meant to be writing at the moment.
Yay!
Sounds good.
Party time!
Yeah, I love that. Yesterday I was like, right, how much do you think you have? I was like, how much do you think you have left on this? Is it 2 days? Is it a week? Is it a month? And she's like, I don't know. And then it was like 4 hours and you were done.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty impressive.
Impressive.
I can never remember how crap the first draft will be. When you come to look at it again, you kind of go, that wasn't actually as bad as I thought. Anyway, in between my editing sprint, I did see something that I thought was hilarious. I don't know if it's true or not, but in Foyle's bookstore in London the other week, as some people may know, David Cameron, the last elected Prime Minister of the UK, so not this one, or the one before, but the one before that, 3 prime ministers ago was our last actually, voted for prime minister, was David Cameron. And he released an autobiography recently, kind of talking about himself and everything leading up to the Brexit debate. But apparently in Foyle's bookstore, someone put a new book cover, new book jacket over the book. So slightly different. It looks very realistic until you start reading it. And at the bottom, it's got a quote from Donald Trump that says, "A very great book. So great. No, it's a great book. All the words, all the pages." Which could actually be a genuine Donald Trump
could
quote.
actually really be real.
Yeah, and then on the inside it says, it's got a lot of stuff. I'll just pick out a few of my faves. It says David Ian Cameron was born in 1966 and attended Eton College and Oxford University. A late developer with an overactive bladder, tiny hands, which teachers were quick to write off. However, his chipper spirit and outrageously bawdy limericks soon earned him favour with the in-crowd at Eton. Later on, it goes on to say, in 2015, David became the first openly gluten-intolerant Prime Minister of Great Britain. At the end, it says, David lives in a weird hut on wheels in the Cotswold. He keeps wasps and brews his own vinegar. And on the back, it's got some quotes. Well, first of all, is the blurb. We all hate writing a blurb, and this one just it gets you. I mean, this doesn't make you pick up the book. Nothing will. It says, women wanted him, men wanted to be him, animals feared him. He had the world at his feet, yet he threw it all away over a bitter rivalry that began in the urinals of Eton 40 years ago. This isn't so much a book as a blueprint of how to completely destroy a country, written by a tired man with a face like a satellite dish made entirely of ham. I just love that someone snuck into Foyles, which is a very nice bookshop in London.
Very posh, yes.
Very posh, and they put so much effort into this book jacket. It's actually got a quote from Pliers, from Chakademus and Pliers, which says it's hilarious. And Linford Christie,
like the 90s reggae band,
yeah. And Linford Christie, who is also from the 90s, he's a famous. He's a sprinter, wasn't he, Claire?
Yes, famous athlete. Yeah.
Yeah. He said horrifying and arousing in equal measure. Anyway, that's what I was doing. I should have been writing. Claire, I know you've been to the cinema and seen some movies.
I have, and I think you've seen them too.
Most likely.
Yeah, we spent, me and Lulu, an entire day at the cinema, basically, where we just booked in for a couple of films, and we saw Maleficent in 4D 3DX, which was amazing. So much fun. 4DX with 3D. So you're kind of flying around, the chairs moving you all over, because there's lots of kind of floaty fairies, and it's quite nice, and there's little things.
Yeah, I guess that works.
It was great, yeah. And then, there's a big fight scene and you get punched in the back. It was brilliant. So amazing. Really, really, really loved it. I'm not going to spoil any of it for people that want to go and watch it, because you just need to go and watch it.
I have a question. When you do the 4DX, do you have to sign some kind of disclaimer or something that if you get injured?
No, but they do have lots of warning signs up saying that, you can't do it. Have you never done 4DX?
No, we live in the backwater of the West Midlands.
Right, next time you're down visit, we are going 4DX. I don't care what it is, we're going in. It's amazing. I mean, literally, you're kind of in like a group of 4 chairs, and they all move together. And they go up and down and back and forth. It sprays water at you. There's little kind of holes in the back here. So if bullets are flying, it's like past your ears. I mean, you get things thumping your legs. It's amazing. If there's a fight, it's like a thump in the back of your chair. It's just brilliant. They put smells. You get smells. You get water. You get wind. It's brilliant. And Maleficent is like the perfect film to go and watch it, because if you go and see some of these fights films and the fast action stuff, it's too fast for it. You can't keep up, or if it's a bit dark, you can't really see what's going on. But with Maleficent, it was really colourful. There's lots of things that are just gently floating around. So when you've got your 3D glasses, and you can kind of reach out and grab a fairy, and it's amazing. Grab a fairy.
I will just say consent is important. You must ask the fairy first.
Those little fairies don't mind being grabbed by nice people, not the meanies that go around trying to put them in bottles. Which, spoiler. Anyway, so.
Can I just say my favourite thing about Maleficent is so good that the genocide scene with the organ didn't ruin it. That was the most ridiculous thing in television or movie for the last decade. But I was just like, yes, you can have this, because the rest of the film was so good.
Yeah, and even in that, it missed most of them.
Yeah.
And they all came back to life as Disney type things do. It was fabulous.
Spoilers.
Lovely. All it missed was a song.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
If it had a song, it'd be like the perfect film ever. But it's Angelina Jolie. Come on, let's just. I'm going to watch her.
And she got to play with her own crush, which is Michelle Pfeiffer, which is pretty awesome.
It's a double whammy.
Yeah.
Me and Lulu sat there and we were like, oh, which one? Michelle, Angelina? Oh, both. It was just, it was fabulous. I love it. And all the little characters. I love all the little fairy godmothers. And it's just, it was just great. It really was great.
So you hated that then? So what else did you think?
I saw Official Secrets, I think it was called, with Keira Knightley. Yeah. Which is the total opposite. So it's a much more serious kind of and on point kind of political, back in what would be the early 90s, 2000s. I can't remember now. 2000s, wasn't 2000s, it? With the Iraq War, second Iraq War. And so she's a whistleblower, Catherine Gunn, and she works in GCHQ, and she's basically not very happy with the fact that they're lying about what we know now is they lied about the war, and that they lied about everything with Saddam, and she was the one who basically put it out there originally. But strangely, I don't actually remember that story in the press when it happened. Maybe I was not interested in the news at that time, I don't know, but I really didn't remember her, and she must have been all over the news because it was a massive story. So I don't know, but
I remember it, and when I was watching the movie, I was just sitting there going, well, I know what happens, and I know that I know she does that, and I know that happens. So it kind of, for me, having that knowledge kind of spoiled it, because I was just sitting there going, oh, right, so she's going to do that, she's going to do that, yeah, we'll be out in 20 minutes. So
well, as a foreigner, I remember that something like that happened, that there was some kind of leak, but I had no idea like who it was or what happened.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I was completely new to it.
Yeah, same as me. So for me, it was very enjoyable. I had really no knowledge other than the actual political storyline of going to war. I remember that happening. I remember Bush and all of those, but I didn't know anything about Catherine Gunn. So it was really interesting in that sense. So yeah, I really liked it. And I was really good. I only had one lot of popcorn.
Very good. Was it a large though?
No, it was a medium.
Oh. Do you get this at your Cineworld? Whenever we go in, if you say you want a small or a medium, they immediately slap the little paper thing down and they show you how tiny it is, and then they go, it's only X amount more for that, and you're like, I know what I'm about, son.
Yeah. Last time I actually went, like, if I get the big one, I'll eat way too much. And she was looking at me, she went, yeah, okay, all right. Like,
no, they always try and flog me the big one, and I'm a bit like, it's too big. You need that medium-sized one needs to be made slightly bigger.
Yes,
because the small one is ridiculous. Who's going to buy that ever, apart from a small child?
I did it once. That was ridiculous.
I did it once,
for like 10 minutes.
Like, I sent Lulu back out to get me some more later, because like within 20 minutes of just the adverts, I'd eaten it. It was ridiculous. So the medium one, I like the medium one, but I'd like it to be with the small one attached, and the big one is just like if you've got a family of 12. Yeah. There's no reason one person should ever buy that big one ever. So
well, we have a multi,
and they don't like it. They don't like it either if you try and buy a large drink because you want to share that, and you only want the medium, so it doesn't fit their
deals.
Deals. They can't understand why you'd want to pay extra for it.
Yeah, well, we always get the large just because of the deal. The deal up here, it actually makes it cheaper.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get it, but like I could never finish that. Like again, I mean, I'm if I was there all day, I'd never finish that. I don't need that much popcorn in my life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I always have salted as well, and that's just a bit after too much.
It gets too much. Yeah, same. Yeah, I've had like the big salted one. I did once, like I didn't eat much dinner and I went to the gym and I thought, I'll have the big one, this will be the time I finish the big one, and I almost did, but it was so much salt. I must have been like dehydrated for a week.
The whole way home she's like, I need a drink when I get in, I need a drink when I was like, yeah, it's okay darling, we will get you, like wasted away.
Drank like a litre of water when I got in.
Yeah, you shouldn't have eaten like a pound of salt, should you?
Nice though.
I know, it's the best. It's the best. But yeah, so that's my week at the cinema, and I've got plenty planned. There's some good ones coming out. So
yeah, we will see the trailers.
Star Wars. I am ready for it all.
Yeah, there's so much good stuff coming out. Like,
Yeah.
the summer was just a dearth of crap. All children. Like, I mean, I know the summer is for children, like children's movies, but there was nothing. We didn't go to the cinema for like 2.5 months, and now every trailer, I'm like, that one.
I'm looking. I thought, is it 21 Bridges? That looks good.
Did you see the trailer for the Good Liar?
The Good Liar
With Helen Mirren and the guy
Ian McKellen.
The
guy.
I nearly said the guy and the woman, and then I thought I'm going to need to get one of those. Yeah, no, looks amazing. Okay. Anyway, Emma's annoyed, so I should just
moving on.
Emma, what television have you and possibly me as well been watching?
Well, we've been watching Bake Off, which we have just one more episode, and Bake Off is done for the season.
Sad.
And I know we've been talking about that. It's kind of like the real kind of feel-good television, because there's so little competitiveness and everything is kind of, well, it's a bit stressful, but everything is sweet and lovely and everyone's funny and nice.
You get so stressed. It's so funny.
I'm like, take that cake out, it's gonna burn.
It's like we sit there and she goes, oh, let's snuggle up and watch Bake Off. So, you know, we sit there all snuggled up, and then you could just feel her getting tense, and like the music starts ramping up and someone's like making eclairs and they haven't risen, and Emma's like, oh, they haven't risen. And then it's like, genuinely, last night we were watching it and someone said, my shoe buns haven't risen, I'll make it again.
Buns.
And Emma went, oh, have you got time for that? I was like, firstly, this is recorded. Secondly, it's the television.
Well, she barely had time for that.
But you're so worried.
My favourite.
She's engrossed.
To do those shoe buns 3 times.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. What else?
Yeah. So that's stressful but good. And about to run out. Then we also watch Taskmaster a lot. Now, I don't know if this will translate to anyone who isn't British.
Well, we can't ask us because we both.
Do we give them a chance to walk away and make a cup of tea? If you're not British, you might not get this. Just go and make your coffee now.
Bugger off.
I was going to tell them what it was, but sure, you could just leave if you don't want to know what it is.
Go on then. Give a rundown.
There's 2 kinds of people. Okay, but how do you describe this? Okay, so it's kind of like a panel show with a set of comedians that get given really weird tasks. Like yesterday, we saw like there was one, we had to get a ball into a bin, but the bin had to be closed at a time when the ball was thrown.
Like a pedal bin.
So then they had to figure out how to do that. And it just, because they're comedians, it obviously gets really funny and really weird. So yeah, we've been watching that. Welcome back, anyone who went to make tea.
Yeah.
What we haven't been watching, but we should have been watching, is The Good Place, which is my favorite show, and it's actually out now, but we haven't had time to kind of sit and binge watch it. But when we start that, clear your schedule, Amanda. I'm not doing anything else. We're just watching that.
Yeah.
Because I can't believe I've missed the episode so far.
Claire, have you watched The Good Place?
Nope. Very rarely have the TV on me, unless if it's football, I'm there. But I had Lulu yesterday watching The Apprentice.
Look at the raised eyebrows. How did that go?
Football? What's that? Anyway, I had Lulu. I mean, obviously behind my brick wall, I have a TV, and she decided. So I couldn't watch the football in my office yesterday. I had to go into the main living room, which meant she got kicked out. So she was in here watching The Apprentice. So when the football finished, I felt a bit bad in kicking her out, so I left her in here. But I don't watch it, but it was quite humorous just listening to her watch it, because she's like, oh, I hate her. Oh, isn't she so annoying? Don't you hate the way she speaks? And I've no idea who this woman is. But apparently I've got a hater.
I think Em and I need to calm down and watch The Apprentice with Lulu, because I love it. We haven't watched last night's episode because we watched Taskmaster, and I love it. Anyway, moving on. We were supposed to have a segment about pets, but mine are being complete arseholes, so I'm going to ignore them. Claire, we have to know, how's the hedgehog?
I haven't found him.
I try to be.
I just realised before we go into hedgehog, should we just say that Lulu is your wife, just for anyone who doesn't know?
I think people will know that if she kicks her out the living room, it wasn't some random stranger.
Just some random woman I had round.
I kicked her out.
I know Lulu's quite open-minded, but I think, I think I'd be pushing it. No, I haven't discovered any sign of Trevor. So
that's the
Trevor.
hedgehog.
Why Trevor?
Why not?
Why do you keep calling him Perry, Amanda?
I called him Harry or Henry because I think that's what I would call.
You like. It was just the name that came to me, so I go with it.
He didn't have like a little name badge.
Hi, I'm Trevor.
Bless him. Well, he used to, we've had him since he was like tiny. He used to. So Elliot, my dog, if it looks like a ball, he'll pick it up, and he came in with him one day.
God.
There was like blood everywhere from the spikes, but he didn't care. He brought the little, hedgehog in, and so we rescued him and we set him free, and he was fine because he just rolled into a ball and he was fine. He legged it. They're very fast. Have you seen how fast a hedgehog runs?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I've never seen a hedgehog that close before. He was like, he was gone. But anyway. Yeah, for some reason he got the name Trevor and it stuck, and so he's been around since, like I say, since he was probably that big, and he's now probably about that big. So he's been around for a while.
If he's alive.
If he's alive.
Now he's about this big.
Oh, Trevor. Yeah. But no, I'm not the only one who collects wildlife, So I went to my friend's house the other day, my Bezzy up in Sutton. She's got a fox. I don't know what its name is, but I could find a name for it.
You can ask
it
him.
I'll have to find out the name.
Yeah.
It needs it. But it's beautiful, and it comes right up to the patio door, almost knocks for its dinner. And then she chucks out pate sandwiches and bits of chicken, which isn't pretty good for a vegetarian.
Very good. Some friends of mine in Carshorton used to have badgers. Their garden went onto Carshorton Common, and it kind of went uphill and then kind of became like quite sort of like leafy and woodlandy at the top of the garden. And we used to go there for like fireworks night and stuff like that. And of an evening, the badgers would just like come down the garden, and she'd have to go out there and put some food out for them. But yeah, urbanisation.
I bet she gave them all names. I bet they were like Barney Badger.
No, she's not a. Like I write a typical ice queen.
Posh for that.
Yeah, no, she's. I think the only
badgers, nameless badgers. That's how awful.
I think the only reason she fed them was because she had children at the time, and they were like, "Mummy," because they were quite like, "Mummy, can we feed the badgers?" And she said, "Okay, Tarquin," and then away they went. Claire, inspirational women. Do you like the seamless link from badgers to inspirational women?
From ice queen badger feeders,
yes,
to a woman called, now I've got to pronounce this, and I apologise to our French listeners if we've got any, Julie Daubney.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you've heard of her?
I've heard of her. I don't know if you've pronounced that right.
Well, I have no idea, but I did go onto Google, and an American gentleman told me that was how I pronounced it. So that's all I've got.
American gentlemen are famously good at
American gentleman told me it was Julie Daubney. So I don't think that is right, but it's what I'm going with. Anyway, we're going to call her Jules. That'd be easier, won't it? We just shorten it down. She's going to be Jules from now on.
Jules.
We're really struggling with the first part of her name.
Yeah, we're really struggling. No,
because the Daubney was fine.
We're just that good of friends now. We're that close. We're like that.
Well, we will be when you tell us all about her.
So yeah, I mean, people go on about Anne Lister. Oh, Jules, she was doing this in the 1600s. So we're talking way back when. So she's from France, obviously, with the French name that I can't pronounce, and she was a professional opera singer. She was an expert fencer, and she was a talented duelist. So she basically would, have her love affairs with men and women, but mainly I think women, because she had one girlfriend who, to get rid of to break them up, her parents sent the girlfriend to the nunnery. I think it's a bit unfair, but anyway, Julie wasn't having this. Julie joined the nunnery in order to rescue the girlfriend, and she was then charged with kidnapping, snatching a body, and I think arson, but she never appeared in court, so she was sentenced in their absence, and she never went. But another story with young Julie and her adventurous life, she went to a ball where she openly kissed a woman, which was so shocking that 3 aristocrats, not aristocrats, aristocrats,
died.
They challenged her to a duel. And so she took them out, 3 of them. So she took them outside and basically defeated all 3, and then went back to the party. This woman is amazing. It's like she just lived her life doing what she wanted.
Yeah.
Back in 1670, I think she was born. So we're talking about the turn of the century then, you know. And I mean, that's pretty amazing, I think, at that age, that she was just doing whatever she wanted. She didn't care. And yeah, she fled to Belgium apparently and shacked up with some prince. So, you know, good for Julie.
Well done, Jules.
That's my inspirational woman of the week.
Well done, Jules.
Go, Jules.
I wonder how many other stories there are of women like that who we just didn't hear about because it wasn't documented.
It's got to be hundreds, isn't it? I mean, I think when you hear about people like Anne Lister and this, it has to have been quite a common thing that they just didn't talk about, or got wrapped, you know, brushed under a carpet somewhere. They can't just be the only woman that happened to be able to go out and shag any woman she fancied. And everyone went, oh, no, Julie, I couldn't possibly. But they all did. So, you know, there must have been quite a few women interested in that sort of thing. So who knows? People will read our stories in time to come and think we're all at it.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely a lot of like more women out there, and you do actually like read books about them, especially women who are bisexual. But yeah, they obviously didn't make the history books because, you know, that wasn't an example that the history writers at that time wanted to give young women. So yeah, they were brushed under the carpet, like you say. I only knew about Julie Daubney, if that's how we're pronouncing it.
That's what we're going with.
Because of Tumblr. Yeah, Jules. Good Jules. Yeah, but they only said like that she dated a nun, so I didn't actually know the details about that. Why she broke into the nunnery. But I wonder about the arson, because I get why they'd go like, oh yeah,
I don't know where that came from. I don't,
did she set a fire on the way out?
Maybe she set a fire to distract everybody. Who knows? But yeah, she joined. It says she joined the convent herself and rescued her love.
Wow.
So.
Very good.
That's dedication. Yeah.
So
there we go. So who knows what we'll get next week?
Exciting.
You can write in and suggest people if you wish. We don't mind.
Yeah, as long as you also write how to pronounce their names.
Yes, we
don't need an American gentleman.
Yeah, exactly.
To go on YouTube and ask some American man to tell me how to pronounce somebody's name.
So, Emma, what are you reading at the moment?
I am reading Not Today by Arizona Tape, and I am reading Perfecting Plot by William Bernhardt, trying to figure out what to do with my wayward plots. And I'm beta reading your book, Amanda. It's really exciting. I'm going to start that today. I'm going to see what I know. I'm not going to give you any rolling updates. I'll just read it and then I'll let you know my thoughts. Also still reading the Trafalgar and Boone book. I'm not going to go through the entire title because I tweeted the author, John Cannon, and he said he just calls it the Trafalgar and Boone book. So I'm just going to call it that.
Good idea.
Good plan.
Yeah, I haven't got enough life for the rest of it. I haven't got enough connection for the rest of it. I'll just cut out. So yeah, I'm still reading that as well and still really enjoying it. So there's the 4 books. I can't
believe you're reading that many books at one time.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have to struggle not to read more because I have like my to be read list and I'm like, oh, this one or this one, and then I start like 20 books and I don't finish anything. So I'm trying to streamline it and just keep to a few.
Wow.
Well done, you.
Only 4. So last week, I I read from the Twitter feed for Men Writing
yes.
Women. I'm frankly not over the last one yet, so I thought I'd read something else because I'm still
I was going to say
horrified.
that could be a good way to find out what Trevor's real name is. Maybe he has a purse somewhere.
Maybe he's got
with
a
an ID
purse.
card.
Yeah, I mean that's the
Somewhere.
that's the line. No, I was gonna, instead of heading Twitter for my my roundup, I decided one of my other favorite things. I think actually my favorite thing online is reading reviews from the Argos website. And for anyone who doesn't know, Argos is a store in the UK where basically they sell pretty much anything, and they have a large catalogue, or they used to. We're a bit more modern now, we have the website, and you can go into a store and you can get anything. You can get like musical instruments, you can get like board games, jewelry, washing machines, you name it, and everything's got a little catalogue number, and you pay for it, and then you go up to the desk, and then somewhere in this huge warehouse in the back, some little minion will scurry away and bring it to you. But Argos has been around for many years, and because of that, it is kind of favoured by, shall we say, the older generation. And there is nothing funnier than old people writing reviews on products, because they're brilliant. So I've got a few that I found recently. I was looking at bookcases because I have someone who reads 4 books a week, so we need space. So Adrian. The best thing about this is that they always tell you where they're from and their age range. So Adrian is from the Midlands, where we are, and 55 to 64 years old. And their review of the Home Main 5-shelf wide deep bookcase Oak Effect was tedious and incomplete. Bought 3, returned 2, lost the will to live.
That's all you need to know, really. Yeah.
Don't understand. Then Ren from London. The other thing is you can actually add which room the product was for, or what your purchase was prompted by. So Ren from London, aged between 45 and 54, purchase prompted by new home, product location, lounge. Same bookcase. Disappointed overall, damaged edges, not sturdy setup, and complicated erection process.
I bet it is. I mean, I've never been there myself, but I bet it is.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure as you get older, these things happen. Moggs from the West Midlands, who is 65 or over, bought a Casio keyboard, like a electric keyboard. And Moggs likes to put some really pertinent information about this keyboard in. I bought this for my grandson, who's been feeling very sad after a breakup with his girlfriend. He was thrilled, and we haven't been able to get him off it since. He was very impressed with the fact the keys lit up when pressed. He hasn't mentioned the girlfriend once since.
So there you go. If you've broken up with your loved one,
okay,
get yourself down to Argos and pick up a Casio keyboard.
Exactly.
If the keys light up, otherwise they might not distract you from your broken heart.
Otherwise, you're not going to be distracted from your breakup. And then my favourite, just to prove that it's not all the older generation who review on here, True Pass 89, which immediately makes them younger than me, 25 to 34, male from London, reviewed a guitar and said, "I do not recommend. Very different from a real guitar." It's got fucking Rapunzel and Belle on it. It's called My First Guitar. I mean,
I wonder if you paid to have it tuned.
Yeah, exactly. Was it correctly tuned? Otherwise, it's going to be crap.
That's obviously the problem.
So that's been me on Argos.
That's hilarious.
Any last minute roundup things before we sign off?
No.
I don't think so.
You right in the ghetto there, Claire?
I'm all right in the ghetto, yeah. You know, I just... Elvis is going to pop out in a minute and have a sing-song in the ghetto.
Absolutely.
Should get Lulu to do it.
You could.
Does she sing? No.
Yes, she does.
Should she sing?
depends on the song and depends where we are. So
How
sometimes in
very-
the car she can hold a tune and we have a little warble together. But then other times she picks the wrong song to sing and it's just not working. So.
How
Or she doesn't actually know the words. That's my favourite. She'll be singing along and she'll say something and I'll be like, what? What did you just sing? And she'll say what it was. And I'm like, you do know that's not the words. She's like, yes, it is. I'm like, no, it's not.
How painfully honest of
she
you.
has a... I do you know what? It's to a fault. I can't help it. I am not the girl to be with if you want to ask the question, does my bum look big in this? I will tell you the honest answer because I'd rather be honest than have
Did
you
you
go
say,
out
does
looking
my
the mess.
mum look big in this?
Bum. Bottom. That's my bottom. Not my mum. My mum would have looked big in this, but yeah.
Emma, has anyone ever come up to you and said, does
This
my mum
being
look
what?
big in this?
It's clearly a Swedish saying.
There are so many.
I'd be like, what are you saying about my mother? Or your mother? No, I'm just going to give up on this one. I don't know.
I think we should sign off and say goodbye.
Probably.
Okay. So goodbye, all 12 subscribers.
Bye bye. Hopefully we'll have some more.
Bye, dozen.
The dozen.
Yeah, make it 13. Lucky number.
Yeah. Someone hit subscribe. Go on. It's up.
Go on, hit it. Hit that subscribe. If not,
We
buy
dare
a
you.
book and make up for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do something.
And buy one of our books, not just a general book.
Yeah,
One
one
of
of
our
ours,
books.
definitely.
Yeah, not some random book.
Just ours.
No, I'll handle that. I'll buy the random books.
All right. Bye.
Bye.